Come, little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of shadows. Follow, sweet children, I'll show thee the way through all the pain and the sorrows. Weep not, poor children, for life is this way, murdering beauty in passion. Come, little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of shadows. Follow, sweet children, I'll show thee the way through all the pain and the sorrows. Weep not, poor children, for life is this way, murdering beauty in passion. Hush now, dear children, it must be this way, to weary of life and deceptions. Rest now, my children, for soon we'll away into the calm and the quiet. I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here.
Hey, I heard you were a wild one. Ooh, if I took you home and be a woman, show me how you do. I wanna chuck down in the
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans.
Taimi Fairbairn in to kick off for Houston.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the return, the Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
I'm feeling like Will. I feel like a prince. I'm feeling myself. I'm loaded with bills. Cause I was a blessed with no one will fail. Don't know how it feels. I wanted to flex. They told me to chill. I'm making a flip. My life is a flip.
This is Derrick Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Derrick Henry all alone. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Bradley Roby, the cornerback, there to make the stop. Derrick Henry, you may remember last year against Houston in the season finale, 211 yards rushing. One of only two 200-yard games in the NFL last year. And not only that, but that game won in the rushing title because Nick Chubb was the leader, but he struggled in the final week against the Bengals. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
3-yard line.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
3-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down.
It's now third.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
This is caught. It's Cooks.
The greatest show on earth, baby.
Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
For Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
9-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a first down. And when you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Coverage defensively.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there, first down.
First down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy. Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Tannehill. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. at the Texans' 19.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal. Tannehill.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line.
25.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
On the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 8-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
The tackle made by Kevin.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
7-yard line.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Running from the gun, Johnson. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll run with a former All-Pro. This is David Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Here we go, D.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
1st and 10.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Gain of 12.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Derrick Henry. 1st down and much more for Henry. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line.
The ball carrier.
It's a big run that time by Henry. Give him 42 yards on the ground. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Tannehill able to find Henry out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Here's Tannehill. Flushed out right. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Five yards remain on 2nd down. They toss it out right to Johnson. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And he's out right at the 25. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Check 55, Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Watson now to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. As the first half is winding down, and the Texans will extend their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a timeout taken.
2-yard gain.
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the gun on third down, Tannehill. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Justin Reed. Down the numbers. There he goes. And this results in 6. Touchdown.
Part of what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. From the gun, here's Watson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Titan football.
48-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, and they knew that coming out after halftime, it was going to take a collective effort to get back into this ball game. The defense got the stop for them, so maybe that can get things started. Now the offense has to pick their game up as well, and if they can put a score on the board, hey, they can get back in it in a hurry.
Tannehill on first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Taken down at the 17.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
For a Texans.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first and 10, Watson. He'll look underneath and dump it off to Duke Johnson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, it's Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Next to Rashad Evans' name, you can put a tally for a tackle for loss. Really excellent effort on the defensive side of the football. They go to Johnson again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, third and long. A toss, left side, Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now it's Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
On the carry.
First down, Titans, gain of 12.
41.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Ball carrier. Tackle made at the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run the end around. This is Cooks. And he may have given those 6 yards right back as they're going to get to him well behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Back at the 16-yard line.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A loss of a yard.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. He's going deep for Brown. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of
The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Now Johnson. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being...
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. On 2nd down now, it's Henry. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it again with Henry. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
13 yards.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing now, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Check, 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 check. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Curl it.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And they will take a knee here.
Today's final score, Texans.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, Guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Houston, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Titans, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And it's going to be finger crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff.
Hey, I heard you were a wild one. Ooh, if I took you home and be a home run, show me how you do. I wanna chuck down in the club with you. Hey, I heard you like the wild ones, wild ones, wild ones.
Oh, I like crazy, foolish, stupid. Probably going wild, fist pumping music. I might lose it. Glass to the roof, how we lose it, lose it, lose it. I don't care tonight, she don't care. We like almost there, the right vibe. Ready to get live, ain't no surprise. Take me so high, jumping those dives, surfing the crowd. Ooh, said I gotta be the man, I'm the head of my band. Mic check 1, 2. Shut them down in the club where the Playboy does, till they all get loose, loose. Out the bottle, we all get fit, then again tomorrow.